All about NA, the better region.
Better at what? Probably not Heroes of the Storm.
No, not Heroes of the Storm, that's for sure. Well, here we go, guys. Draft for game number 2. Again, this is an elimination match. The loser of this game is out. Well, the loser of the set is out of the tournament. They're not dead. We're not going to kill them off, but
I mean,
they're gone from Bloodlust. And basically means they're dead to us. So
no, pretty much.
like Team Freedom.
Freedom
Oh,
is
wait, we're not
free,
even on
boys.
cam. I'm like Mad Dog in the screen when I said that. Picture me doing a Mad Dog face when I said that, guys.
You missed out, everybody.
You
You missed out.
out.
Meanwhile, this
Okay,
draft.
team, who's on the left and who's on the right?
Same as last time. SuperStars left.
SuperStars left.
Yeah.
Hold down on the right.
Well, first pick, first ban. I mean, SuperStars did not have first pick last game. Changing it up. They're wanting to potentially deny stuff. We saw the Tassadar ban, and I hope we keep seeing it because I'm tired of him.
I mean, TAS Uther bans are smart, but at the same time, heroes like a new brag.
Why wouldn't you not want to ban a Nubrak if you're worried about hold it down getting Cho'Gall?
I wonder if they're gonna like try to first pick Chromie or something
Not if
weird.
we pick Cho'Gall first.
Is that what
I feel like if anything, you should go into Zul first pick. He gives you control of the rotation. He takes away the Chromie cheese, and it already takes Hold It Down out of their comfort zone.
Yeah. And do you think Zul is going to see like a lot of play at Western Clash, Eastern Clash? He's very powerful after the rework, correct?
Yeah, he is very strong.
Yeah. I suspect a lot of play.
I'm not sure how much we're gonna see, but he's definitely going to be involved.
Yeah. Uther Genji.
These were snap picks. First pick
Yeah.
Stitches locked in instantly. Snap Uther Genji. We have not seen a snap Uther Genji this entire tournament. And Hold It Down was like, we're doing it.
Yeah,
I
that
mean-
used to be really common, and we haven't seen very much from Bloodlust.
Yeah.
I think it's great together. It's so tough to deal with that. Dragon Blade didn't receive any nerfs to its damage.
Just the
It
just the cooldown.
Yeah, it just had the cooldown increase, so it'll just sync up with D-Shield just the same.
True. It's a good point. And you know, I've seen a lot of teams get you just win the fight, right? Dragon Blade just goes in and it's just overwhelming damage, especially if you don't have a big support to help deal with that. Uther's taken, TAS still on the table. Tassadar seems like a likely option to go for here. On Dragonshire, you know, TAS Vala is fantastic. It doesn't matter what you go behind that. You could also grab Ariel to be your secondary support to go with that Tassadar, or maybe no TAS. They're going to go for the Ariel and the Vala, trying to overwhelm that Uther healing with the poison damage of Lunara.
Yeah. And taking the Lunara or the Ariel this early, lowers the chance of their opponent going Cho'Gall, which is Hold It Down's.
Yeah, I don't think that was very likely once they took the Uther Genji.
I will never, ever doubt these guys going Cho'Gall. This is Arthalon and McIntyre we're talking about. They are cheese lords.
They are cheese lords. Lord of the cheese.
Are they from Wisconsin? Either of them? Isn't that like the cheese capital
Beats
or
me.
something?
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know.
Well, mid-tier bans here. Bakery, what do you think Hold It Down needs to look to deny when you look at the Lunara Oriel Stitches?
So I think they should be looking for something like a Tassadar, like a second support, but one that can really bring something to the rotation and the map control. I think would be really good for them. It would also completely negate the Lunara damage. I'm surprised actually to see the Lunara chosen so early when Valor was up.
Yeah, you're right. That is kind of unusual. Especially with Stitches, I feel like Lunara doesn't meaningfully help the kill pressure off the Stitches hook. It's like probably a little less burst damage even than Vala, let alone an actual follow-up range damage. And Zul, I think, is too low priority, given that we're on Dragonshire, and he's made it into at least the second ban phase, if not past that.
Yeah, we'll find out now if that would be the ban. Would you like to see Zul with the Uther Genji on that team? I'm sure.
I feel like it has to be a Tassadar ban, because if Hold It Down is able to get their hands on Tassadar right now, then they won't lose team fights and they won't lose rotation.
Yeah.
They're hovering that Grey Man, and that's what the ban's going to be, looking to deny the Grey Man. He's seen a lot of play this weekend. I feel like
Yeah.
he's been in almost every game.
He's just the go-to range carry. He's so good at everything he does. He can dive backline, he can kill tanks. The only thing he suffers in a little bit is wave clear, and even then, if he can go melee form, that's relatively quick too.
Yeah, I don't think Greymane actually has many weaknesses right now. He's very good at sustained damage from his Veins form. He's great at bursts. The thing that I feel a lot of people undervalue about him is how great he is at taking camps. And pushing walls. Just his objective damage is really, really high.
Dude, that Lunara skin, the Christmas lights change colors. Like they're
It's
rotating.
great, right?
That's so cool. I never noticed that. Nito Bandito, Dunkerino. Well, next two picks here for, there's the Zul, and there's the Murden.
Zul is expected, of course.
Yeah.
They can still threaten to go for that last pick Chromie with this composition if they want to put Arth in that once again. I mean, they've got that Murden tank to give additional lockdown. He's mobile. He did get a little bit of buff in this patch too, so additional health, and you know that can those small changes can make a big difference.
This is Dragonshire Dunk, and we have not seen Dahaka. Not a drop of him.
I don't know what portion of Dahaka
Yeah.
that is, but you're right. He has made it relatively far in the draft. Although this
It
seems like an
yeah.
opportune moment to pick it up.
Yeah.
If you're superstars late in the draft, you can be your solo top lane. You probably want the secondary tank. You need more threat against Zul, and the extra CC against Genji is always good.
What is Homicidal's main role? He's flex for even in death? Dunk looked at me so confused. Of course, no one is going to know that. And I don't blame you.
I feel like Sway is the main tank and Homicide is the flex. And we do see the Chromie as the last pickup. The Tassadar denied by Superstars, but is it really what they wanted?
I don't think so. It doesn't really save against the Zul Chromie is the thing, and they don't even get that much value out of the shields. I hate
They let him get.
I hate new tasks draft, like new tasks in drafts where you can't get auto attack value off the shields. I feel like it's such a mediocre hero.
Absolutely.
Compared to having like a Vala or a Greymane. Even the Zul gets a surprising amount of healing. If you toss the shield on him when his W is active, one auto on a creep wave basically full heals Zul. It's pretty insane.
Well, guys, this is match point for even in death as we're going into game number 2 here. If they win this, Superstar is going to get eliminated. HGC team knocked out by an amateur team. Pretty great storyline. I'd like to see it happen. I've got my bros over on Hold It Down. I got a few bros over on Superstars too, but it'd be funny if they lost. Sorry, bros. Sorry, other bros.
Some of the bros have to lose.
Yeah, sometimes bros gotta lose. Here we go, guys. Game number 2, Dragonshire. On the left-hand side of the map, we have in the blue trunk Superstars. Urho, Yoda, Hosty, Iacona, and Homicidal.
Meanwhile, on the red side of the map, we have Hold It Down. Holding it down, running back the same composition pretty much with that Zul Chromie played by McIntyre and Crowan respectively. Arthalon on the Genji, swapping it up a little the roles. BBJ on Uther and Ishbu on the Murden.
5, 4.
Now, you were talking about it last game, Bakery. Arthalon was hitting some gnarly combos, but raw, not on stun, just able to hit them while they were moving around and stuff. Do you guys see a lot of Chromie play in EU right now? If you
I
can
can't
divulge
comment
that.
on this patch, but I can say Chromie was initially an EU hero.
Oh, Schwimpy, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swimpy, Mene, Chris as well.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great Chromie players in Europe, and
Yeah, you have
I
to
will
play
say I think she's fantastic with Zul.
Especially on maps like this. The rotations are just so scary. You got to be careful once Temporal Loop comes into play. Especially, you know, when you think of Tevin as being a pivotal part for the Dragon, since you can deny a Dragon on this map, this is the one objective that can just go untouched up until Heroics. And having that one Heroic advantage giving you the pick could mean an early Dragon and a quick lead in the game.
That is true. Now, we see McIntyre and Crowan kind of 2-man at the bottom side of the map, but this is leaving Muradin in the mid lane to clear, and this is one of the weaknesses I feel like of Hold It Down's draft. Like, they have the Genji for top lane, who's okay at actually dueling the Dahaka. Eventually he'll whittle him down, and he'll force global usage to regenerate HP, but he's going to lose structure ammo and eventually structure life because he has terrible wave clear.
So far, this game is not playing how Hold It Down wanted to. They want control of the
There you go.
rotation, and Okay, well, never mind what I was saying. He put it back.
Yeah,
They want control of the rotation, and they want to be free to flex that Zul to the top lane, and that's going to allow both sides of the map to win.
what are your thoughts, Dunk, on the top lane matchup there? How does the Genji fare versus the Dahaka? Is it just a bully fest?
I mean, Dahaka has the wave clear advantage, Genji has the range advantage, so Dahaka typically struggles against range heroes who can pressure him, so he will be whittled down. Shrine control should be about 50-50, except if there's a threat of rotation from Hold It Down and not the same threat of rotation from Superstars, then Dahaka will have to give up the Shrine. But this creep wave going into the wall, that's really impactful. Genji's actually going to miss some of that experience, and the towers are almost out of ammo now.
Well, so far, both teams keeping their heads in the game. Gotta just be mindful of that Chromie and Zul combo. Noctire sitting mid right now, though. And the vision from Tasser this game is going to be very important.
Yeah, I mean, Task Vision's always good. Iakona's got to be careful, however. Ariel is pretty darn squishy when it comes to these combos, and we are looking at level 7 or level 5 Chromie Talent being locked in already. So that center damage is really quite powerful.
Here comes the combo onto Stitches.
There it is.
Goodbye, Urho. See you in the next year's tournament, if you're still relevant.
So yeah, putting the flame on the gray screen guy. No respect. Now, doesn't seem like Hold It Down is going to be able to force a Dragon Knight off of this. They haven't really executed the rotation very quickly. They did take the Shrine, but with just the Zul Task matchup in the mid lane, there's no way he's going to be able to force this. And overall, that pick doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Hold It Down get more value out of their early game.
They really want the dragon, and it seems like they're almost tunnel visioning on trying to get a dragon early. And so far, like, they're just committing a lot of resources to doing that. The Zul isn't like constantly rotating as fast as he might be able to. Bakery, what are your thoughts on like how they could min-max these kills they're getting?
I feel like they're really playing this rotation wrong. Zul is such a strong hero on this map because he gives control of the bot side, but he also allows them to be so flexible with how they roam from top to mid and mid to bot. And they're not using that flexibility right now. So even though they are getting the kills, it's still very hard for them to do much with this losing top lane.
We actually just saw some anti-synergy in that last attempt where the Hammer of Justice stopped the target from walking into the Chromie queue. There's no guarantee the target would have walked in there, but, you know, couldn't even move due to the double stun.
Yeah, again, it's just one of those high synergy comps. You have to be on the same page with your team. Little fight going down here. Ishbu getting stunned out, getting pretty low, but he is Murder going to leap over that wall. Nice hook from Urho, though. Is it going to be? Yeah, he's dead. Maybe? Yeah. Yeah. Hosu, you got to be careful, man. You can't be like floating that low.
Okay, so they get the giant camp. The hook was then spent to get the kill, but a dragon was picked up. So in the end, this is still favorable on the side of Hold It Down.
Yeah. I have to say, Crowan.
Very nice rotation from Arthalon there, noticing that they would have control of both shrines and just completely leaving the top lane, coming down for the Dragon Knight.
It's part of Genji on this map, though. It just the rotations are insane fast.
Yeah. That Swift Strike, map mobility skill.
What was your Crowan thought, Dunk?
I was just going to say, he seems to be missing a lot more skill shots than we saw Arthalon miss
It's a
last
lot less
game.
polished than Arth. And it seems a lot less aggressive. Arthalon was getting into his opponent's face.
Dude,
Crowan's playing very far back.
Arth does the dumbest amounts of damage when using Chromie. Like, it's actually stupid.
Yeah. And it's cool, though, because it just shows you Arthalon's, like, potential as a player, like how flexible he is. He's not only playing Chromie that well, but he's also playing heroes like Genji, which are the polar opposite of that hero.
Yeah.
And they got a full level 2, almost full level lead here. They're about to hit level 10. This is looking very similar to game number 1, where they just got control of the early game, and that lead snowballed more and more. And they're not even the one with the global this game. They're lacking the global, and they're at full level.
The Dahaka has actually done basically nothing in the game. I mean, he's never global down, even when there were committed fights on the bottom shrine. He's never gotten value out of that global. Maybe a little scared because of the increased cooldown of Burrow. 60 seconds now, it's tough for him to global across the map and then get back to his lane in time. But it's not like Genji puts very much pressure on the towers, so probably a bit of a misplay there.
Well, level 10, they haven't really been able to do much with these heroics, as SuperStars is playing wise. not, forcing anything to happen when they have that disadvantage. They're just about to get their heroics, though. Hook does not end up catching with Crow, and good juke from him.
Yeah, nice shot on Yoda behind the wall as well, putting some poke on.
This double Merc
Forcing the wall
pressure is
tap.
nice, too. They're going to get that front wall really low. Might even go down.
This is, I would say, the most risky part of the game for Hold It Down. They do not have a talent lead right now. They do not have any pressure on lanes, apart from this bot lane. If they were to lose a fight here, this is one of the only opportunities that Superstars have to come back. So I really like that they're playing it much safer, not showing around the map, and just slowing the game down a bit until they get the 13 advantage.
Yeah. You can see that Stitch's dampen magic just absolutely mitigating the Chromie damage so well. It's going to be important for Hold It Down to make sure they eat the dampen magic. If they ever try to go for a kill combo on Stitches, they have to get rid of that before, or else he will survive.
Seeing Archon this game, and both heroics, we've been seeing a reasonable amount of play. Force Wall, and they only have the Lunara as their primary damage. So
Just
seeing
across
Archon
the
surprise.
board, we've started to see a lot more flexibility in heroic options, like Putrid Bile versus Gorge, Archon versus...
Yeah.
I mean, even Revive has been played before. I don't think it's going to happen. It's the Kona classic of just holding his talent. It's what he loves to do, as long as possible. Just holds on to it.
That is
But
the oldest meme in this game.
the
and
Kona
he's still
classic?
running with it.
Yeah.
What a legend. Well, level 13 here, coming up for Hold It Down. Hook does not end up connecting
Wow.
with Ishbu.
That was
real
close. Yeah, so Hold It Down has
Very
successfully
close to
navigated.
13.
Yeah, they've navigated the gap where they didn't have a talent advantage. But they don't have a very big timing window here. They do have a very well-timed pressure on the top fort.
Dude, this
They
is
will
beautiful.
secure that.
Yeah, that's like the freest fort of their life.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, that's just. I mean, that's not that much value. They'd much rather get a Dragon Knight or a few kills here so they can secure more structure advantage and really increase the gap.
Yeah, it's going to make the hot top shrine to be a little bit riskier to, throw and try to defend in oftentimes, though, and not having the well. Could be nice. Putrid Bile is forced. Stormbolt used to try to lock Urho down for the kill. Not able to get the full lockdown. Chromie putting good pressure on Kona. There's the Crystal Aegis. BBJ is very, very low. Gets the Divine Shield on himself to retreat. Genji is the one that dies first. A little bit, I think that was off screen.
Yeah.
Might have been trying to do something mid. BBJ getting very low, though, is going to be able to survive here. Nice hook on the Crowan. Not much follow-up, though, for the hook from SuperStars, so they are all going to walk away with their lives. And because of that death on Genji, they're not able to secure the DK.
Yeah.
Very different game from the first here by Hold It Down. In the first game, they were aggressive, they were taking the risks, and they were really dictating the pace of the game. Whereas over here on Dragonshire, we've seen them be much more cautious and wait for mistakes to happen before they start trying to make plays.
Well, we do see a big fight going down. Urho getting bursted. Arthlon with the Dragon Blade immediately gets stunned, trying to get the kill onto Yoda. Leaping Strikes flies over him, and Arthlon not getting the best value out of his ultimate there. Really good disengage from SuperStars.
They do throw out the skeleton. They just trying to get the combo. Beautiful Crystal Aegis coming out from Iacona. The damage was lined up from Chromie. But we actually do see the kill on Arthlon. Once again, Issue hooked back into the battle. Will lose his life 2-0. SuperStars turning this game around, now taking an even experience, putting in a Dragon Knight.
The biggest mistake that Hold It Down made this game was killing top fort, because now Homicidal doesn't have a reason to AFK up there, and he's showing up in these team fights.
That is true.
That was a
They
good flank.
reminded him there was the rest of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a Dragon Knight out of that. Really, that's the fight SuperStars needed. The game has the momentum has shifted in their favor. Bakery, what should SuperStars be looking to do now? Obviously, besides pushing with the DK, what do they need to do to keep this momentum going in their favor?
I say they need to be bold. So I really like what they're doing right now. They're making the call to push in this bot fort, and they do have the dragon up on top, but they didn't really get much value out of it. I feel like the Stitches probably needed to be with them here in this bot lane.
The fort almost went down. They didn't get top fort. They might get bottom here, but yeah, if they with two people killed and a DK, they secured 0 forts. That is very that's like no value at all.
Really underwhelming.
Yeah, pretty disappointing for the DK. I did like the decision to split, but trying to be greedy and just pushing with 3 to get that mid XP, realistically, XP at that stage of the game did not mean much at all because they already have this 16 spike, and there's no way that this 16 spike lasts until the next shrines come up. So that's what I'd like to call useless XP, and they could have instead committed stitches to the top lane or bot lane and secured 1, possibly 2 forts.
Yeah, and they did nothing with their, albeit small, timing window. Earlier in the game, we saw Hold It Down actually execute a 13 to 12 timing window fight, get the fight they wanted. But then here, SuperStars failed to do anything with theirs. They did eventually take down that bottom fort with the Siege Giants, but this late in the game, that's so irrelevant to spend, a half-level advantage of timing window on.
Well, they're trying to get Homicidal here. A lot has been used. He gets very low, and that will be a kill secure. That's exactly what they were wanting, needing to do.
Soon the shrines shall awaken.
I know we've already mentioned it, but you're right. Crowan misses a lot more on Chromie than
I mean, it almost cost them the kill there.
Yeah.
Because the skill shots were off, but...
Urho popping Putrid Bile, trying to get out of here. Will Arthon and Ishbu be able to secure the kill? He does get the well tap, and Hosty's nearby for the shield. Hook does not end up connecting with Ishbu. Very close, but not losing his life there. That's good. Nice push here from Yoda and Kona, though. Getting that bottom wall and that keep. If they get another DK, they have that keep exposed now.
Yeah, and Dahaka's up just in time, basically, to global back out onto the map and defend against this Dragon Knight. So we'll have to see how this plays out.
Risky fight here for Hold It Down right now. So they need to be careful. Genji's not at the fight. Zul is still clearing bot lane. Well, they just went for like a more of a poking option.
Yeah. Urho will back up. You saw the Dampen Magic was taken off the Stitches, and the Chromie land combo actually did land just moments after the Dampen Magic wore off, putting Stitches down to about half health. So just to give you an idea of like how much damage this Chromie combo does, it's quite absurd.
Genji is ready to cap this. Can they? No, Urho got there just in time. But both of the shrines are in their favor, and they know they can force fight because Dahaka is going top. The root goes down on the Yoda, but no follow-up from Crowan, and they get the Dragon Knight. Arthon was able to stealth it in.
There's no other word for it. Terrible rotations from SuperStars, I'm afraid. But there's a fight going on.
Yep, a lot of damage going down onto the front line here. Good Crystal Egg is keeping up Homicidal. He gets the burrow. He's trying to back out. Urho's still very healthy. Oh, almost getting the full combo on the Homicidal, but he is still very, very healthy. No kills picked up here for Hold It Down.
Yeah, the split pressure of Zul with the Giants is going to be valuable for them no matter how you look at it. I mean, taking out that bottom well, it's a start, right? It's a start to them kind of tearing down these front structures. Dragon's yellowing into the top.
Yeah, what is... Hello? Dragon?
They wanted to clear that wave,
really needed that wave, so...
I guess the XP is good. They need to catch up.
Yeah, so the main purpose of this Dragon Knight is definitely XP. They were looking for both forts, I would say, and possibly the bot keep wall. Then actually only going to end up getting 1 fort. Seems to be almost a consistent theme this game of Dragon Knight's not getting as much value as they really should.
The experience is a lot closer than it was, though. I mean, well, it's within a level at least.
Nice stun going down onto Tassadar. Not enough damage to kill him, though. Urho taking a lot. The Crystal Aegis is going to keep him alive for now, but the Chromie Burst is there, and Urho is so low. Genji's low as well. The Vine Shield has been popped on Arthlon. Not getting the best Dragon Blade value again in this fight. He's about to go down. The poison from Lunar was enough to secure the kill. Urho's very low in the back. Nice drag going down on the Ishbu. He has to Dwarf Toss out of the fight, and wow. Not the cleanest fight from Hold It Down. It started off good. They got the burst onto Stitches, but it's the same situation as before. When you blow everything onto Stitches and you don't get the kill, it's...
I really feel the Genji play has not been up to Arthlon's standards, and the Genji nerfs that have come through, the health bar and everything, have felt significant. We saw him use his trait to jump away as Divine Shield hit, and it's just another moment of, like, he didn't actually think he was safe to stay in. A lot of the Dragon Blade, you know, with the D-Shield, wasn't even going out, swing and get the DPS they needed.
Yeah. As a Genji player, you need to like go in the mindset. I need to make sure my Uther's going to get the D-Shield. I got to be confident in that and just play him. And once the D-Shield ends, you get out. But yeah, there hasn't been a good Dragon Blade this entire game from Arth. Level 20 almost here for SuperStars. Man, Baker, this is a slop fest.
Yeah, much less clean game than last for sure. I feel like the difference we're seeing is that last game, Hold It Down were aggressive, they were coordinated, and they were all on the same page with the same goal in mind. this game, I feel like they really do not have a clear vision of what their win condition is. And it's definitely showing.
Homicidal getting really low. McIntyre and Arthlon trying to get him, but so hard to kill at the Haka.
Nice hook onto Mac. Thinking Mac is going to be caught with that putrid bile. Ooh, not actually getting body blocked after all.
Hosty
Genji diving in, but not able to get the support there in time.
Hosty got almost killed there by Vizul. That was really close. Nice stun going down to Arthlon, and the burst is there. Will he be able to get out alive? I think he's got the Lunara poison on him. Did look like he got healed. Yeah, he's good.
He's so low.
Oh,
the side storm.
That was
Wow.
sick. That's
A
two people
small
there.
mistake from Uther there, not thinking the storm would kill him. He was most likely in Divine Shield range, but opted not to use it.
Or even a W. I don't think he.
I was about to say that, but
Yeah.
it was close.
Yeah, it would have been tough. You would have had to way pre-fire it.
Well, this is going to secure another DK here for SuperStars. Maybe they can get a second fort? That top one's really low.
If this DK walks top, I might have to stop obsing.
The bot keep is open. Genji is still dead for a good 20 seconds. This should definitely be keep, and they could possibly look for core with a good fight here.
Yeah.
Although they're
Oh my. Please.
Ducks get tipped.
Those time traps are so obnoxious for the
Yeah.
DK though.
And they got 20 for the defense, but this is a good dragon here. Homicidal should be able to just keep whacking away at the fort. Tearing through the health bar. Archon behind it. At level 20, Dark Archon going to get a lot of value here. Keep is down. Divine Shield is used.
On McIntyre.
This
Not
is
the target
rough.
you want to use it on.
Yeah.
You want that for Genji. McIntyre looks like he'll be able to get out of here, but they're in some serious danger. It's interesting to see Homicidal going straight for the core right now instead of helping his team win this fight. So everyone's getting pretty low. Archon using the back. BBJ taking a lot of damage. Lunara has been doing work this game, just slowly whittling down them with the poison damage. And the core is falling really fast, 50%. Will they be able to clean this up? Lunara has fallen. Tassar is getting low. It's at 33%. BBJ trying to keep his team alive. Hosey gonna go down. 20% left on the core. I think they should have this.
Close, but it's going to go down. Yeah, they got it.
Oh,
That was really close.
That was so much closer than it needed to be. Holy